Hey YouTube, what's up? Dark God back again. I know I'm supposed to be doing my reviews and you haven't seen them popping up lately, or at all really. But I'm actually going to take this week and I'm going to do my Oscar reviews for all the Oscar awards. Not all of them, but the big six awards. Best Supporting Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Actor, Actress, and Best Picture and Director. Each day I'll put another video out. I might have to split the Best Pictures up to 2 days, but I'll do that Saturday and Sunday so that everything's in before the actual Oscars this Sunday. Today I'm actually going to do Best Supporting Actor, which is a tight race. I think there's two obvious choices, and I'll break it down. I'll do each film. But the Oscars lately, past couple of years, there's been obvious choices, and they've gone against that. Like last year, I don't think a lot of people picked Spotlight to be the Best Picture winner, and it was good that it was a film that nobody expected because it makes you have to actually think about the Oscars. But this year, I think there are a couple that they seem like they're destined to go somewhere, but anything's possible. I mean, if you go by the other award ceremonies, I mean, like the Best Actor award for the SAG went to Denzel. He wasn't even nominated on the BAFTA, so of course he's up for the Oscar for Best Actor. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, a lot of people think he's a shoo-in to win it, but I mean, he didn't even get nominated for the BAFTA for it, so it's up in the air. So anyway, like I said, this episode will be about Best Supporting Actor. So five men were picked for it, obviously, and first is Mahershala Ali for Moonlight, which if you didn't see Moonlight, it's an excellent film, and Ali's not in it all that long. He's only in about the first third of the movie because it's 3 stages of a kid's life, and in the third that he's in, he is one of the most powerful characters, without a doubt, not even in the movie, probably all year in film. The facts that he tries teaching this kid how to be a man, and what he like imparts with them, and you see it help the kid through his life just in that part that he's in. And Mahershala Ali, it was actually also in Hidden Figures, which he was excellent in that too, playing a totally different character. In one, he's playing a street guy, sells drugs, and imparting the knowledge to the kid. And the other one, he's a military general marrying a engineer who's in the NASA program. So it's weird to see the difference in his acting range, and it shows that the guy is a talented actor. And I think, I've always said that the most powerful scene in any movie I've ever seen was the scene in the movie Glory with Denzel Washington, when Matthew Broderick is he's trying to take control of the group, the regiment, and he decides that Denzel has to be whipped. And when Denzel takes his shirt off, he has all the scars from being a slave. And it's just very powerful because you see everybody kind of stop it and look at it. And there's a scene in Moonlight, I think that surpasses that in powerfulness, and it's a sad scene, and it really is. I don't want to spoil anything, but it's when you see the scene, you'll know what the scene is because it's just so powerful. Like it's so like the kid. Mahershala Ali just like takes over the scene with this kid, and the kid does a good job, but Ali just, he crushes it. He's just phenomenal, and I think that and much like Glory, where Denzel won Best Supporting Actor, I really do think Mahershala Ali is the favorite to win Best Supporting Actor this year. If you didn't see Moonlight, just watch it. I mean, if you have a bias towards it or whatever, just overlook it and just watch the movie for this guy's acting. It's absolutely phenomenal. Second actor is Jeff Bridges in Hell or High Water, who plays kind of like, I guess he is racist. I don't know, but I mean, he throws a lot of racist jokes out there with his partner and everything, but he's a Texas Ranger on the hunt for 2 brothers. I guess he doesn't know that they're 2 brothers when he's hunting them, but 2 bank robbers, and just him dealing with it. And again, Jeff Bridges has another scene, just like Mahershala Ali, not as powerful, but just very, like, just 2 actors just going back and forth, just chewing the scenery, and it's him and Chris Pine, and they just captivate. And Chris Pine, he gets knocked a lot for everything. He's not really known for his acting chops. He's more like a pretty boy in Hollywood and everything, but he holds it with Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges is head and shoulders just more captivating in the scene, but it's just such an awesome scene between the 2 of them. And I think in many years, I think the Best Supporting Actor is actually, there's a lot of talent there this year, whereas like a lot of other years, like even though I still say Ali's winning it, there is just so many guys, like if somebody else wins, I'm not going to say like, oh damn, they shouldn't have won it, that's an upset. I don't think that's the case. I think all 5 nominees this year are actually well deserved. So much that when I give you my snub, the snub was like a 6th choice that I don't think knocks any other ones out, but if he did, I wouldn't have complained. So Jeff Bridges again is just like phenomenal. I mean, I know he's big on playing that southern gritty sheriff kind of character, and he's been kind of typecast on it lately. But he does an excellent job in this one, and I mean he does add the tint that he's always picking on his Indian partner and everything, and his Native American partner, and it just he's good. And like I said, any other year I think he would have a chance to win it. Next we have Dev Patel in Lion, and this movie is just such a gut punch movie. Like even when you think stuff is gonna go good, you find out more, and just more of a gut punch of what is going on. And Dev Patel is another guy who's only in part of the movie. You know, the beginning of the movie is the character as a kid, and the older part is as Dev Patel. And I loved Dev Patel when he was on the was it the net? No, the net, not network. I can't think. Whatever the show was, the newsroom. I don't know. I watched the network last night, so that's why it's on my head. When he was in the newsroom, I loved him in that. He's a very good actor. I do think he holds up with these guys because he shows his range in this. I mean, there's parts where, you know, when he's trying to find out where he's originally from and trying to find the town and everything and trying to find his family, and you see that, you know, when he's pushing his adoptive family away and his girlfriend away, you see the pain in his eyes and everything. You see how hurt he is. And Dev Patel is very good at capturing that. Like, he's a big dude. He bulked up for this movie, and he's still able to make it appear as if he's the wounded one that needs, like, people to protect him, because he is, even though he's bulky on screen. Like he bulked up for this movie to be a big guy. I guess the original character was a bigger man and whatever. And he does a very good job of, even though he's a young kid with everything going successful, he's just able to captivate it. Now, part of me doesn't like when actors get nominated for playing real life characters, because it's almost more imitation than acting. You really can't go anywhere with the acting. You have to do what that person did, because you are portraying a real person. There's real nuances that person had. I think Dev Patel, because this real life character is so not known, that he does very good at giving it a spin of, when you see the real character at the end of the film, when they show it during the credits and everything, you do see that Dev Patel portrayed him very well and brings a little twist to it at the same time. And he does it very, very good. I mean, he's amazing in the movie. From Manchester by the Sea, Lucas Hedges, who's only 19 years old, I believe, and another like a gut punch movie. I thought Manchester by the Sea, when I went into it, I thought it was gonna be like a rom-com. I didn't expect what that was. And this year is very tough with these movies, where like a lot of stuff is like brutal. Like La La Land is really the only, I think, Best Picture nominee that is like happy-go-lucky movie, you know, for the most part. It does have some little moments here that are gut punch, but all the other films, there's big moments that are just like punches to the stomach. You know, they stick it to you this year. They make you feel. And Lucas Hedges plays the son of the main character's brother, and no spoiler, because I mean you can read the synopsis. The brother dies, so the main character, who is Casey Affleck, takes over. He's watching Lucas Hedges basically while they're trying to figure out what to do with the estate and the money and everything. And Lucas Hedges just plays a kid who, I think my take on it is broken. I think everybody in that movie Manchester by the Sea is broken for something. And he was a kid who had an alcoholic mother that he doesn't know. His father dies while he's young. All his friends are, you know, right there for him, hugging him and everything. But he has a detachment to them that he doesn't seem to get. Like, he gets along with them and they're his friends, but he seems like cold towards them. Like, the kid has 2 girlfriends and he doesn't care which one he's with. You know, one night he's with the other, then he's back and forth, which is what, you know, it's in the character, I think. But it's just, he's very, like, he's standoffish with the father passing away. Like, he's sad, obviously, but the thing he's most worked up about is finding out that, like, his father's going to be stashed in the freezer for a couple months, and it bothers him because his father's lonely in his eyes. And he goes along with the other characters, right? Like I said, I think every character is broken in this film. I do think he's good. I think out of the 5, he might be the lowest tier, and I think his age is going to go against him. I do expect him to be nominated for future awards because he is a good actor. He does command the screen, and when him and Casey Affleck are together, they're both phenomenal in it, and they neither one, like Casey Affleck's getting all the praise. This kid doesn't lose the scene to Casey Affleck. He's always right there, and he holds his own, and he does very good at it. And then the last person, last nominee is Michael Shannon from Nocturnal Animals, who also plays a similar kind of character to what's his face, Jeff Bridges. He is a sheriff, a southern sheriff. He's very gritty, but he has a different nuance that he's sick and he's not liking how this case is going, and he does very good at it. I mean, Michael Shannon is one of my favorite actors. I mean, you could see him in like The Night Before, and he's this goofy character. Then you could swap over to this, and see him as a this gritty, cop. You could put on Man of Steel, which is a terrible movie, but you could put it on, see Michael Shannon as Zod. He just, whatever role he goes into, he gives it all, and he's just awesome at it. And this is no exception. I mean, he lost a lot of weight for this movie. He's very skinny, very gaunt, and he's just this awesome, gritty, old school cop. Like the scenes when he's driving, he's smoking a cigarette, he's always hocking a loogie and spitting it out. He just fits that old school cop personality. And I think, in my views, if Mahershala Ali was not nominated for this award this year, that Michael Shannon would win. I think he is that good,